guys? It is Wednesday and I will be talking about the sneakiest ninja quad and how to evade security when you go fly in urban locations. I'm just kidding, but in all reality, this is a very quiet quad, and when I do go places that I want to be a little more quiet, like say you're flying in your neighborhood or you're flying somewhere, I mean, obviously I fly around my neighborhood with a 5-inch quad, so I don't care, but some people want to try to keep the noise down. Maybe they live in California where people hate quadcopters, and they want to keep the noise down. So this is a 6-inch Alien. All it is basically the butter quad. Tommy Tabahia, you know, oh my god, Rotor Riot. He basically put a 5-inch body from a 5-inch Alien on 6-inch arms, and really, I mean, all it does is it pulls the weight a little more closer to center, so that gives you a better like flight characteristic. I don't know, I just like the way it looks. I think it looks really cool with a 5-inch body. So anyways, let's go ahead and delve into what's on this quad so you guys can get an idea of what I have on here. So essentially it's the exact same thing as my 5-inch quad. So I have the Rotor Riot Run Cam in the front here. I have the KISS FC, I have KISS 24 amps, and obviously an Alien 5-inch body with Alien 6-inch arms. I have a PMP 50 from Team Black Sheep. I have an X4R receiver here with the antennas set up like this, which is basically one coming out for horizontal polarization and one coming out of the top for vertical polarization. Obviously when you're flying, it changes a little bit. You might get the vertical on the lower one. Doesn't really matter. Then I have the TBS Triumph and the TBS Unify 5-volt version attached to the top plate here. And other than that, really, there are Lumineer 2206 2000 kV motors on here, which are very smooth motors. I do have a lower kV version of my motor coming out soon, but right now this is just the motor that I've gone with. It's a little underpowered, that's why I'm running a 6045, and this is the HQ 6045, a glass nylon prop. I don't know why I have a green one on there, just random. I had a green one at the time and threw it on there. So that's pretty much the setup. I'm running a 1300 4S and a GoPro Session with a piece of foam under here. I know a lot of people have asked about the foam. It's literally just gimbal foam from an old H3 Zenmuse gimbal from DJI. And I do have this baby puke yellow PDB because Impulse couldn't get rid of them, or they didn't want to because they were ugly. It didn't come out the color they wanted, and I asked for them because they're different and I like them. So yeah, that's the setup we have here, and now I'm going to do some flights, and you'll see how quiet it is compared to a 5-inch quad. I'll do like a mini pop-up with a 5-inch, and you can see how loud a 5-inch is. Then I'll fly around the yard with this thing. And then one more thing, this is the new HQ 5045 PC version. So I haven't flown these at all. This is the, like, literally I got the package in the mail yesterday. I haven't even opened them yet, so you're gonna see my first impressions of these propellers. Hopefully they're balanced well. They look really nice. I don't have anything visually wrong with them, other than the packaging is bigger and causing more stuff to be recycled or thrown away. Let's go fly. Alright, so I'm going to just fly this thing in front of you so you can see how quiet it is, like, from line of sight. So as you can see, it's pretty quiet. Okay, let's rip around the yard. Alright, so this is the glass nylon 5045, the OG one. So like I said, I haven't done anything to change the tune. It's pretty damn smooth. It might have some oscillations up top because, I don't know, maybe I don't have enough TPA or something. But the cool thing about 6-inch is it's a little slower. Obviously you're not going as fast as you are with 5-inch, so you have a little bit more time to react. But you are prone to a little more oscillations in video because these props are at like a particular frequency that causes them to induce oscillations on the frame that can be picked up by the video. But so I really like these props. The other good thing about 6-inch is you have a little bit more low down grunt, so you can like fall really far and then stop at the last minute. So you can like dive like this, and then if you want, you can just go up and stop before you hit the ground. With a 5-inch, I would have totally touched the ground just then. So that's the cool thing about 6-inch. Alright, so as you can see, this quad is still really nimble. It's really agile for what it is. It's a 6-inch quad, a little more oscillation prone than a 5-inch quad, just because I feel like the props are spinning a little bit slower, and that's right at that frequency range where you can have mid-throttle oscillations. You're more susceptible to mid-throttle oscillations versus a 5-inch that would be a higher frequency because the props are spinning a little bit faster. But you know, it can be tuned out. I don't fly this thing very often. Obviously the weather has changed completely. It's now colder than it was when I tuned this originally, and the air is a little more dry, so I mean, it's susceptible to tuning problems just like a 5-inch quad. I know when I go to new environments, new air density, humidity, temperature, all of that stuff actually will cause the quad to fly a little bit differently and act a little bit differently based on the tune that you had. So anyways, let's throw on some PC props and see how those do. Alright, so we put some PC props in there. I've never flown these. Let's see how they fly. I'll do a little line of sight first, just because I've never flown these and I have no idea what's going to happen. Could have put them on wrong for all I know. I can already hear like a little harmonic sound. But they feel really good. And you have that added confidence of PC so you can ram stuff. Alright, let's fly some FPV. Alright, let's tear it up. First time flying PC 6045s. Well, they are already way smoother than the glass nylon ones. It seems like, anyways. They feel, oh, okay, no, never mind. They're still a little vibey. But, you know, that can all be tuned out. I haven't, like I said, I haven't touched anything on this quad. So, it's just whatever, how it was when I had the weather nice and all this stuff. So I do notice that there's a little bit less bite, like it feels a little sloppier. But, you know, that's kind of standard. Even with a two-bladed prop, that's pretty standard in general, but since you have a little bit less stiff of a material, I would expect it to have not as much bite. But it actually, I think the prop is lighter, so it actually like doesn't have all these weird tendencies. So like with the heavier prop, you have to run more D-term to get it to stop without that bobble, where with the lighter prop, you don't. So you see how it's like rolling and not freaking out as much. Well, I mean, it's freaking out a little bit because I'm flying it, but. And for those of you that don't know, I just wanted to show you what a 5-inch quad sounds like. If you haven't heard a 5-inch quad, they're pretty loud. You'll be able to tell the difference between this and a 6-inch. Alright, so I just want to show you guys the difference between 5-inch and 6-inch as far as agility. Obviously with 6-inch you're going to gain a little bit of efficiency, but you're going to take away from the agility of the quad, and you're also taking away a little bit of that top-end power. Well, you know, top-end speed, I should say. So you can do a lot of the same stuff you can. Oh god, good thing I have PC props on there now. All these stragglers. So you can do very similar things with a 5-inch quad that you can do with a 6-inch quad. But obviously you don't have that low-end grunt anymore. You got a little bit of speed. You don't have as much bite in the corners, depending on the propeller you're using. You got a little bit more top-end speed, a little bit more agility. You can do flips quicker, lower, faster. You're a little bit lighter, so you can be more nimble. Again, it's just all into the prop that you're using. Yeah, 6-inch is definitely quieter though. That is the main thing that I'm trying to get at. Alright, so basically we've wrapped up the situation with a 6-inch quad being a lot quieter and a little more efficient than a 5-inch quad. Obviously it all matters on prop and motor combinations, and obviously cell count as well, but for the most part 6-inch is a little more powerful and a little smoother in a sense that it reacts a little bit slower, not in a sense that you might have less oscillation or whatnot. I mean, it's super difficult to tell, but I can tell you one thing that is for certain. 6-inch has better low-end torque, better stopping capability from falling from very high at high speed, and it also is a lot quieter. Those particular things in my book are good for urban flying or flying in an area where you want to be. Apparently there's short buses just ripping through my neighborhood at all points of the day. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, 6-inch is what you want for like urban stuff, or when you want to be a little bit quieter, less conspicuous. This is this is where the term ripping balls came from. I mean, you're literally ripping the air's balls apart. So I can say that I like the PC. I like the PC version of the HQ 5045, sorry. It adds that extra confidence. It's lighter. It's actually a little bit lighter than the glass nylon, so it, in theory, should have a little bit better response. It's a little more flexible, so you're not going to get that bite that you would get out of the glass nylon version. But I mean, PC has its ups and downs. Yeah, you're going to lose a little bit of that bite, but you're going to gain that confidence that you can touch something like a ghost branch and not go down. And then one last thing. These, I know a lot of people have asked about these ripping balls batteries. They'll be sold on Thunder Power's website very shortly. So if you guys are interested in these, they're not any different. They just have a mustache on them. If you're interested, check them out. They're the same price. And you guys have a great week. Bye.